Have you ever noticed how many people talk about their goals, but almost no one actually reaches them? Someone announces they're starting a new project. Someone loudly promises to change their life. Someone posts about big plans, records stories, tells friends about the future they're about to build. But weeks pass, then months, and everything ends exactly where it started, in words. Maybe you've been there too. You got excited about a new idea, told everyone about it, received approval, felt a surge of energy, and then somehow lost momentum. As if talking about the goal gave you the feeling of progress, even though no real progress had been made. If that sounds familiar, this story is for you. Because once there was a man who discovered a simple but brutal truth. The world does not reward those who loudly declare their intentions. It rewards those who quietly build something that eventually becomes impossible to ignore. Stay with me until the end, because this is the story of how 1 year of silence led to global success. In a loud city where everyone was trying to be seen, there lived a 26-year-old entrepreneur named Leon. He wasn't lazy, he wasn't foolish, and he certainly wasn't unmotivated. On the contrary, Leon was full of ideas, too many ideas. He wanted to build a platform that would help people learn faster, work deeper, and develop skills without drowning in information chaos. He had notes in his phone, sketches in notebooks, dozens of open browser tabs, voice memos recorded at 2 a.m. He was constantly thinking, analyzing, getting inspired. But there was one problem. Leon talked too much. He explained his future company to friends over coffee. He discussed his vision at parties. He wrote long posts about productivity, innovation, and his upcoming launch. He posted stories saying, "Soon you'll see something that changes everything." He even created a brand name before he built a working product. Every time he shared his idea, people admired it. "Bro, that's genius. You have to launch this. This is going to be huge. You're built for something big." And after each conversation, Leon felt almost like a winner. But at night, when it was time to actually sit down and work, his energy disappeared, as if his brain had already received the reward for something he hadn't done yet. Weeks turned into months. Leon had a logo, a powerful slogan, a mission statement, even a list of future hires. But he didn't have the one thing that mattered: results. No product, no users, no system, no income, only noise. One evening, he met an old acquaintance named Esther. She was in her 50s. She rarely spoke, but when she did, people listened. In her youth, she had built an international consulting firm from almost nothing, and later quietly exited while others were still trying to catch up to her level. They sat at a small cafe by the window. Outside, the city rushed, blinked, shouted in advertisements and car horns. Leon, as usual, talked about his big idea. He explained the market, how the world was changing, how his product would help millions, how investors would be interested, how the company would go international. Esther didn't interrupt. When he finished, she calmly asked, "How many hours did you actually work on the product in the last 7 days?" Leon blinked. "Well, I thought about it every day." "I didn't ask how much you thought. I asked how much you worked." He looked away. "Maybe 6 or 7 hours?" She nodded slowly. "And how many hours did you talk about it?" He tried to laugh it off. "Probably more." She leaned forward and said a sentence that cut deeper than criticism. "You're not building, you're announcing." Leon silenced. People who talk too much about the future often use words as a substitute for action. Conversation gives the illusion of movement. Applause creates the feeling of progress. But the market doesn't pay for intention. The world doesn't reward promises. Global success is built in silence. Leon tried to defend himself. But sharing ideas is important.
getting feedback, creating interest. Sometimes, she said, but you're not looking for feedback. You're looking for emotional reward before you've earned it, and that's draining your power. He felt exposed. Deep down, he knew she was right. He wasn't addicted to building, he was addicted to reactions. Esther pulled out a small black notebook and placed it on the table. If you really want to change your life, I'll give you a strategy, but you won't like it. What is it? 1 year of silence. What? 1 year, no loud declarations, no talking about plans, no posts about what you're building, no need to impress, just work. You may speak about what's finished, but not about what's coming. You may show results, but not promises. Leon frowned. A whole year? That's extreme. No, she replied calmly. Extreme is wasting 5 more years in conversation instead of construction. That night, Leon barely slept. He replayed the last 3 years of his life. How many times he had declared a new beginning. How many times he had said, "You'll see in a few months." How often he imagined success louder than he built its foundation. The next morning, he woke up early, opened his phone, scrolled through his social media apps, and for the first time, posted nothing. Then he sent one short message to Esther. "I'm starting." She replied, "Then start with silence." And so his year began. The first days were harder than he expected. When friends asked, "So what's happening with your big project?" the old Leon would have launched into a passionate explanation. The new Leon said, "Working." On what exactly? When there's something to show, I'll show it. People were confused. Some lost interest. That's when he felt the withdrawal. It turned out he didn't just want to build, he wanted people to know he was building. Silence removed external validation. No instant wow, no admiring admiration, no feeling of importance through words. Only him and the work. The first month was brutal. Every morning at 6 a.m., Leon woke up, put his phone in a drawer, and worked uninterrupted until 10 a.m. No messages, no news, no comparisons, no scrolling. From 10 to 11, he studied the market and users. From 11 to 2, he built features. After a short break, he tested until evening. At night, he documented mistakes and planned improvements. Instead of narrating his future, he started constructing it by the hour. But silence revealed another challenge. Without noise, he could hear doubt. What if no one needs this? What if it's too late? What if someone else already built something better? What if I waste a year? Before, these fears were drowned out by applause. Now they had nowhere to hide. On week 2, he almost relapsed. An old friend invited him to a startup networking event full of founders, investors, creators, the perfect stage to feel relevant again. He imagined explaining his vision, seeing admiration return. But he remembered Esther's words, "You're looking for emotional reward before you've earned it." He declined. That night, while others exchanged business cards and bold promises, Leon was at home fixing a bug in his first working module. No one saw it, no one liked it, no one applauded. But for the first time in years, he went to bed with the quiet satisfaction of real progress. Weeks passed. Silence began to change him. He stopped measuring days by reactions and started measuring them by completed tasks. He stopped wanting to appear significant and started wanting to become significant. He created 3 personal laws. Never talk about the next stage until the current one is complete. Never share an idea unless you can show proof. When you feel like talking, work another hour. Months later, he had a working product, imperfect, rough, but real. He gave access to 10 beta users quietly. 7 stayed, 3 wrote long feedback messages. 1 said something he would never forget. "I don't know who built this, but it's actually useful." Not "sounds cool," not "great concept," but useful. That was his first real currency. By month 8, users grew organically. No launch, no hype. 150, then 300, then 700. People came because of experience, not because of announcements. On month 9, a manager from an international education company reached out. They wanted to test the platform internally. A year ago, Leon dreamed of global scale in cafes. Now, global opportunity knocked, quietly. He didn't celebrate publicly, he just kept building. Because silence had taught him something mature. Success doesn't require announcement, it requires stability. The year ended. His platform was used in multiple countries. Revenue was steady. Partnerships were forming. Invitations to speak arrived. People said, "Where did he